So it's just after 9:30 and we are here in San Diego. We've had a couple of days off here, so I kind of explored around the last couple of days, just seeing the sights and exploring the neighborhoods and really just kind of taking it easy, not hitting it too hard, but just enjoying my time here. The weather's been pretty good. It's been a little cool, but still San Diego in February, it feels amazing. This is probably the 5th or 6th show of this tour. We'll have another show tomorrow and then a day off and then 3 more shows. And then most of March, we're hitting it pretty hard. I don't think we have too many days off in March. So, you know, lots of shows in the next month and a half or so, but looking forward to it. It's been great so far. Today, I want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what a typical day looks like as much as I can. Every day is mostly the same. The places are different, but, you know, it's the same kind of schedule. We're typically getting started around 10 o'clock by opening up the truck and unloading our gear and starting to get that stuff set up. And then we push on stage just after lunch. And then the show starts generally every night at 7 o'clock. But I'll give you guys kind of a walkthrough of everything that we're doing and kind of show you what it's like behind the scenes. Typically, one of the first things I'm doing when I come in the morning after getting off the bus is come back, grab breakfast. Now, the nice thing about this tour is that there's actually a catering company traveling with us. So it's the same people cooking every day, and it's really, really good. For breakfast, it's a full breakfast. We've got bacon and eggs, or there's typically an omelet bar, cereal, there's juice and smoothie bar, coffee, tea, really anything you want, and it's all really good. All the cooks are super nice and just enjoyable to be around. So overall, it's a big win and is really great to have amazing food every day on the tour. Now I'm gonna head back over to where the trucks are unloading. It should be about time for us to unload our gear from the truck. Hey Wes, what you doing?
Man, I am cleaning with naphtha, the organ. Nice and clean. Squeaky clean. Whoop. Squoosh.
Man, getting the toothbrush treatment.
Getting in there, all the nooks.
Gotta keep those enamels clean, you know?
Yeah. Those ivories.
Because of the flow of the show, we set up most of our gear on risers that roll, so they can go on and off stage really easily. At the end of the show, they roll off stage, and then we break everything down backstage and load it on the truck before Toby even starts most of the time. So right now, some of the guys back here are building risers, and then we're gonna build all the gear on top of that. One cool thing is that we get to leave the drums set up right here. They're all tied down with zip ties, and this whole riser just rolls right onto the truck like that. So every day the drums are ready to go, and yeah, it just makes things a lot easier and a lot quicker. Once we get everything set up on the other risers, we'll zip tie all that stuff down so that it can roll on and off stage really easily and nothing falls over or gets broken. All right, so these front legs are going to go in the top right there. We'll just go straight up. Yep.
1, 2, 3.
All right, now I'm gonna start building up some perk.
y'all jump on this?
Yep. Coming down.
Anything good happen in school today? No. Do you think? Huh? PE? Yeah, you did PE. You did something else. What did you tell me to do? The chicken dance.
Huh. Classic.
No, everything I'm seeing is the HRI.
Gotta go. These are napkins for me. These are not napkins. Daddy, tell her.
No, knees are not napkins. We can put our napkins on our knees, but knees are not napkins.
These are not napkins.
Just changed the strings on this. This is one of David's main acoustics. They call the Redneck. And I use this guy right here. It's called the Stretch Up, but basically it's a way to stretch your strings out when you replace your strings. Super great for circumstances like this where we're changing strings and then the instrument needs to be used pretty soon after. We don't have to worry about waiting to have the strings stretch out and settle in. This just gets them there really quick and easily. I'll link these down in the description below so you can check them out. Again, just a really useful tool. I used to just do it with my hand or with my fingers and pull them, stretch the strings out, but this is a lot better and doesn't make my hand hurt. I'm about to hop back on the bus now. It's about 3 o'clock. The band's gonna come in at 4 and do a little bit of sound check, just kind of running through a few things. The reason for this is there's actually a new drummer on today who was auditioning for a couple of shows. The previous drummer, Antoine, is moving on to another gig. Kind of a bit of a unique situation just because it's in the middle of a tour, but you know, it just is what it is sometimes. So we'll get him in at 4, make sure that he feels good with his mix, and they can kind of run through some transitions and different songs and stuff for tonight. All right, so we just finished sound check. We had a number of issues, had some excess noise on one of BJ's pedals, and so I was trying to sort that out, trying to clean the jacks and figure it out. It was making it, whether it was on battery power or powered by his pedal board. Kenny actually was having the same issue, come to find out, with the same pedal on his board. So we think it's just something in the room that's affecting that. We made some tweaks and he's just gonna have to turn it off when he's not playing it. Sometimes you run into issues like that you can't really fix or don't have the time to really fix. Had a number of things, just one of those days where everything seems to not go well, which is not awesome for the drummer who's sitting in trying to get settled in, because we were chasing that stuff and not really being able to give him more time. But that's the way it goes sometimes. You just gotta deal with what comes, and it's kind of what makes professionals sometimes, just going with the flow and doing the best you can. All right, show's over. Now we're packing up everything, and then we'll do it all again tomorrow. Crew's all packing it up. I just showered. I'm gonna head back to the bus for the night. But I just recently found out after the show tonight that this venue is pretty legendary. Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, the list goes on really. This venue's been around since the late 60s, and so everybody has come through this venue. So that's one cool thing about being on the road, playing different venues. You just get to play some legendary places that, you know, legendary folks have played throughout the years. That's gonna do it for this video. I'm not gonna do a ton of these out here on the road just because most days are gonna be pretty much the same thing every day. You know, it's gonna look very similar to today, so I don't wanna bore you guys with the same thing over and over. But if you have questions, definitely leave me a comment below. Maybe I'll do a Q&A answer thing out here on the road and kind of walk you guys through some of those things. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy these videos. There will definitely be more to come in some form or fashion. All right, see you out there.